Welcome or welcome back for some more Sons of the Forest, and the last Sons of the Forest patch that we're going to be seeing all the way up until it goes into version 1.0 on the 22nd of February. The team put out a little bit of a note on the 29th of November saying that it will go to full release on the 1st of February. Welcome or welcome back for Sons of the Forest patch 15, which may be the last patch that we see up until the full release, which is on the 22nd of February 2024. They released this on the 29th of November. We're excited to announce that Shawn Ashmore has joined the cast and will be voicing Timmy as we expand his role in the game and story. In addition to story updates, new features, and polish, 1.0 will also include the final piece. After tomorrow's patch, we will continue to release hotfixes as needed, but the team will now be focused on bigger content for the 1.0 release. Thank you to everyone who has joined us so far in this early access journey. We are really excited for what we have in store for 1.0 and beyond the team at End Night. Now, I'm very excited for that. We did think that it would actually be in early access for around about 18 months, but it's only a year, which is great. There is still no news on that console release though, so hopefully we get to see something more around that when it comes to 1.0. It may actually release in line with the 22nd of February, but they just don't want to say that yet because they've still got to go through certification. We don't know, there's no news. End Night are not really the greatest at communication unless it's for an update or a hotfix, but it's good to know that we'll still be getting hotfixes all the way up until that launch. Now for patch 15, this includes weapon holders, new cannibal types, new Kelvin actions, new outfits, and much more. This is a nice big patch with loads of awesome stuff. Now the 3 Kelvin commands are really good, and they are going to help a hell of a lot, especially if you've got a big old base, because the 3 new commands are repair structures, sharpen defensive walls, and maintain your base. If you ask him to maintain your base, he will fill all holders to capacity, complete any in-progress structures, repair damage, and sharpen the place defensive walls. Which is great. This guy will do everything that you need him to do, and just saves you to go around and loot a little bit more and have some more fun killing cannibals, whilst he basically stays behind and does camp maintenance, pretty much, which is good. There's also a new findable outfit and a new findable blueprint that has been added to the world. We've now added a female cannibal type known as Elise, who has weapons strapped to her hands. As you can see in the background, pretty cool. And we've also added a bunch more detailing to the various camps and cannibal villages across the map, as well as adding more findable points of interest. There's now buildable weapon racks and a firewood holder. We've also added the ability to build small structures such as birdhouses or torches directly onto trees. There's also a bunch of memory optimizations which should help with overall stability, and a new visual style, found footage, that can be selected in the graphics menu. They've also added FSR 2.0 support and fixed and improved a bunch of other items which are all listed below. Please continue to post bug reports and feedback in the discussions area of the community hub. Now when it comes to the features, there are loads of new things on there. Added Kelvin's abilities and animations for maintaining bases, sharpening walls, and repairing structures. They've also added the female cannibal type, added freestanding weapon and wall weapon holders, added firewood holders, new hanging gore types added to the trees around the world. More cannibal villages, bridges, paths, and ponds have been added, along with details, props, and gore added to cannibal villages, with more points of interest added as well. They've also added a low-lying fog effect, and new decorative papers around campsites, and some new story pickup items. They've also renamed color grading setting to style and added a new style of found footage. Also added FSR 2.0 and ultra performance settings for DLSS. There's new dead workers and tactical body poses, and findable blueprints and a new outfit that have been added. Now, not just that, there are loads and loads of improvements, an absolutely insane amount, but not as many as the fixes. It is great that they add so many fixes. There is almost 100 bug fixes in this update. The team are great at finding fixes, getting stuck in and getting that root cause sorted, but when it comes to improvements, there's loads of awesome little things that you may not notice as you're going around, but they do make the game seem so much better and improve the, let's just say, the overall ambience of Sons of the Forest. So things like cannibals will now eat dead deers, so you could see that as you're roaming around. They've added animal zones to increase the coverage of animals that are on your islands. Obviously, birdhouses, trophy heads, things like that can now be attached directly to trees. They've also slowed down the walk limit for players on terrain, so you can't walk directly up steep mountains anymore, which is a massive shame. Hopefully the little Segway board still works going up mountains, because that was good. Gore and clock now always places vertically, increased in the distance of fog hemispheres so they don't pop off over in the distance. They've sped up connecting to multiplayer servers. They've also added a pause menu, which is blocked whilst in dead camera mode. They've improved loads of layouts of beaches all around the island. Now this one's really strange, and I don't know if anyone actually noticed this, but they've changed the ocean material and wave adjustments to reduce the appearance of repetitive patterns in the waves. Now that's dedication, right? I like that. They've also added flapping cloth placement in villages, so you'll see things flapping around, and they've just tidied that up a little bit to make it look a little bit more realistic. There's now a bridge rope which can be placed by aiming at either side of beams. The bridge rope is now always on the side that was shown by the preview UI, rather than it starting at the opposite side. Second points of rope bridges can now be placed further away to help with reaching high up structures, and they've enabled the partial collapse of bridges and floors. They've enabled pickup spawns for destroyed bridges elements. So a lot of fixes have gone into the wooden bridges, which were a little bit finicky at first, but overall pretty cool. I do like the fact that we've got that. They've also suppressed players' idle animations when your grab bag is open, so that interacting with items on the bag is easier. The billboard calculations have been optimized. I don't even know what that means, but there we are. Added pooling to some objects to improve performance and memory usage. Converted some tactical bodies to posers to save memory. Improved tree feature activation logic to improve performance, improved beach wave memory and performance, and loads of other stuff when it comes to the improvements. There is an absolutely massive ton of improvements. We've just gone over the main chunk there. They've improved a few things when it comes to lag spikes, especially in multiplayer sessions. But overall, loads and loads of improvements. When it comes to balancing, there's only 5 items on there. They've added a 1.5 second delay to play a trigger to all traps after rearm, except for spring traps. Tons more ammo has been added to the end of Hell Cave to prepare for the end boss. Added basic noodle soup recipe and buffs to some recipes that were lackluster, as well as Cave D has been added a more dressing to make the path a little bit clearer, and also increased Kelvin's energy recover whilst he's resting. Now, as I say, there are over 100 fixes in this, so if you do want to see and read through all of those fixes, definitely check down in the description below, because there will be a link there to the Steam page, which includes the patch notes. There are loads and loads of stuff when it comes to fixes. Absolutely love the amount of work that these guys put into the game, and very, very excited that it is going all the way up to full release in February, and the team deserve it. I don't know whether this will add to any more copies sold or not. They did sell over 2 million copies in those first 24 hours, and it's also releasing on the same day as some other big survival games such as Nightingale. So I'm in a little bit of a ooh-ah on what I'm going to be covering that day. Very, very tough decision there. So, for now though, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more Sons of the Forest. For now though, I've been Wide, you've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.